But it is quite the opposite, Abba. We had all this time, 5, 6 days, and we've been working. And we complain, but we continue to work because it was about money. Well, this is about spiritual currency, Abba. We thank you for bringing us in, letting us know who we are, Abba. We ask you to forgive us for our complacency. We're asking you to forgive us for our piousness. Forgive us, Abba, for thinking we all that when we ain't nothing but dirt. Forgive us for thinking we're better than the next person when we're just as foul and as they are, Abba. We thank you for building us up, Abba. You not let the cement dry before you continue building. You continue to build and shape and mold your children over in their minds, over in their lives, over even in the inadequacies, Abba. We would say we don't even get enough sleep, Abba. We thank you for this rest that you give us, Abba, but we need the food. We need your nourishment. We thank you for giving us ears to hear in this time, Abba. Help us to be able to transition like soldiers and not like timid people, Abba, but we will fall in line into our positions and we will get in the right line, Abba. We understand that we are weary sometimes as human beings, Abba. It says the spirit is willing, but that flesh is weak. Flesh gets weak. It's easy for this flesh to get torn down. It's easy for the flesh to have us get to a point where we say we tapped out. It's easy to do these things, Abba, but then we start to praise. Hallelujah. We begin to praise. Hallelujah. We begin to worship. And almost magically, it disappears. We thank you for the refueling, Abba. We thank you for the protection you've given us all week long. We thank you for the word we're about to, even the word, if we didn't get it the first time, that's why your word is repetitive. That's why the Torah itself, it goes over and over and over to make sure we have no excuse at the end. If you got a favorite book, it's in there. You got a favorite book you like to read, well, choose it because it's in there too. Abba, we thank you for your holy Ruach HaKodesh supping with your people today, changing angry minds into joyous souls. Your Ruach HaKodesh that is dwelling with your people, Abba, letting us know how blessed and how blessed we really are. It is a blessing to be here, Abba. It is a blessing to be among believers that have not given up and thrown in the towel, that keep pushing, even though, Abba, we thank you for those things. We understand that our lives is not, we don't know the moment when we're out of here. So we like to take advantage of every opportunity to give you your flowers while we are here, Abba. We love on you. Even though we don't love you quite the way we understand the way you want us to love on you, Abba. But in our fickle and carnal minds, we do the best that we can do. We're asking for elevation in that area as well, Abba. We thank you, Abba, for the new teachers that's beginning to rise up and not be afraid and timid, that can grab a snake by the neck and hold it so it doesn't have a chance to bite. But we can hold a snake in our hands and begin to squeeze that serpent until there's no more life in that serpent. You give us that power, Abba. You give us that authority over these serpents to tread over them. We thank you for this, Abba, because we have not done nothing to give you your just due in return. All we do is complain. All we do is tear up your creation. We pollute the waters. We pollute the airs. We pollute the food. And then we stand up on a high mountain and say, I did this. Abba, help your people from pride, from being destroyed by their own stupidity. The people that were building the Tower of Babel were stupid. But they had a plan, but they were stupid. Help us to not be stupid. Help us not to try to go ahead of you, Abba Yah, but to walk side by side with you in unity. Teach us how to love on one another the right way. Help the fathers and the husbands out there that are used to being in control of a situation and never learned any compassion, but they just thought that I'm a man. And this is the way it got to go. Help us. Help us to be able to lead our women the right way by following you the right way, Abba Yah. We appreciate the people you put in our lives, even though they rub us the right way, because you put the right people in our lives to not be scared to rub us the wrong way, to tell us the truth. We welcome the truth. We are so sick of lies. We've been fed lies our entire lives. We thank you for your truth. We thank you for breaking us into new men, new women, new children with our mind states. To be able to elevate above all this stuff, Abba Yah. To be able to look at a situation, discern a situation, and know whether to go left or right or to stand still. Hallelujah. We thank you for the skills you have imparted into our children. Right before our eyes, they're becoming great musicians. Right before our eyes, they're becoming great writers and poets. And they're not doing it for their own vain reasons. They're doing it to big up your kingdom, to give glory to your kingdom. We thank you for the old people, the elders that have come before us that don't call it robbery to say, I know everything, but they can admit that I actually have been taught the wrong way. Thank you for not letting us be too caught up in our old ways, saying, oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's a lie. We ain't dogs. We're children of the Most High Yahuwah. Hallelujah. He put us above dogs. He said we're no better than the animals, but he put us above the dog. So we are not dogs. You can teach an elder new things who are in Yahuwah. Help us to be in you, Abba Yah. Help our hearts to be able to receive the blessings that Yahushua poured down when he ascended. The things that he sent for us to be in place to receive it. Help us to be there. We thank you for keeping us safe during the week. Craziness on the roads. Bald tires. No drink, no brakes. Oil change needed, but we still gave you praise. You still gave us what we needed when we lacked. We never went a day without food, by choice anyways. We thank you, Abba Yah, for what you're doing, Abba Yah, and help us to move like really wise, like your word says, wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. Knowing that in this time, more people are going to begin to come in, but help us to be able to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Help us to learn to love on one another like you intended us to. Help us to rise above the enemy's plan for us to fail, to infiltrate the temple, our temple, to defile it. We ask for spiritual, supernatural things inside our bodies that you've already put in there. As we dumped in that water and came up new DNA that can resist the lies that this devil would put in our foods. Our body would be able to reject it right away. Oh, my stomach don't feel right. I ain't touching that no more. My legs starting to hurt. I'm not touching that no more. Instant. We thank you, Abba Yah, for chastising us. But help us not to be forever getting whoopings. Help us to be able to learn from the mistakes that we have made, because we all made them. We all have made mistakes. Help us to learn from them and build from them and learn from the mistakes of others. Help us to be able to look at others' actions and say, I will not do that.
Yes, Father.
Empower us to not just say it, but to do it like Peter. Peter said what he wasn't going to do, but he did it. So we're asking for your power.
Your power, Abba.
So we understand that we're dealing against principalities and demons and things that have been around since before, let's say before creation. We don't want to fight that battle. We ask you to fight that battle on our behalf. We can't touch what we can't see. But your holy Maleks, your holy angels, they can. And we're asking them to be on our behalf, to stand on our behalf, which we know they have been, because this is why we're still here. But yeah, we thank you for our children growing up to be above and beyond good, to be above and beyond. They'll reach a point of maturity in their minds. I'm talking before they graduate. They will reach a point of maturity in their minds where they can be or have a conversation with almost anybody and discern lies and all kinds of things, manipulation, anything that is not like you, Abba. Raise us up. Help the people that's out there in the streets right now, Abba, that are just ignorant to your word. They heard it here and there, but this street life was a lot better than your word. Elevate your people, Abba, put them in a situation where they have to make a choice. A clear choice, not one on deception, but one knowing if you choose this side, then you're choosing Hashatan. If you choose this side, then you're choosing Yahuwah and all the goodness of. Help us, Abba. Help us, Abba, because we're mere man. We're mere man that come to you humbly, Abba. Not proud and boastful, talking about something, I demand you to do this. Hallelujah. But asking you, please, Abba. Please, Yahusha, continue to advocate on our behalf. Save us from hell's fire. Save us from even being in the presence of the devil during that great day. We want no part of Hashatan. Separate flesh from spirit, Abba. Let us not dwell in the spirit, but in flesh. Those that are out there, Abba, we ask that they will find a home that's bringing the word, and the pastor that's in there, that they will understand which is truth, what is better. That the Most High is better than mammon. The Most High is better than all these things that they promise you, if only you would lead my sheep astray. Help them to make a choice and say, no more will I lead your sheep astray, but I will choose the right way. When it gets to the point when they say, take this jab or no check, give us the boldness to say, well, I'm from Missouri, show me. Prove it. I'm from the show me state. And when they say, well, you're no longer welcome, help everybody get up and follow right behind me so they don't have nobody working. Cancel them in the spirit of Allah. If they would dare come against you and your chosen, cancel them. Stamp it out. Abba. And those who make a choice, let them make a clear choice. If they decide to stay, then help us to be like Lot in a situation like that. Help us not to be so proud and think that we know it all. For we know nothing. except what you gave us. We understand we were not that intelligent, but we asked for wisdom, and you bestowed wisdom because a stupid man asked for wisdom. Which made that man not stupid. Because he went to the source. We're asking for, if it's your will, Abba Yah, which we understand that is your will to be healthy. Revitalize this dirt. Rain on us and give us new mud. Sculpt us into what you desire us to be. Renew our brains, our minds, our thoughts. Take the taste of all things that's not like you away. Increase your Ruach HaKodesh to burn up everything inside of us that's not like you, Abba Yah. We need you in this time, Abba Yah. Help us not be the one that's cutting the eyes at others. Help us to face our situation, Abba Yah, no matter how great or how small. You walk with us so nothing can overtake us. Help the authorities, Abba Yah, be able to choose the right side when it's time. Soldiers that's in the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Space Coast, Space Force, all things, CIA, FBI, seen and unseen. Help them to be able to visit them, Abba Yah. You visited kings back in the day, your finger began to write right on their wall in their face. You begin to tell them this day. Your kingdom has been stripped from you this day. And give them an opportunity that they don't give us, a choice. Abba Yah, they're trying to take away our rights, our choice, and everywhere we turn. We can't even have a phone call with our loved ones without it being spied upon. We thank you, Abba Yah, for doing these things and visiting our leaders, quote, visiting our heads of state, and give them a choice. You've been serving Baal, you've been serving Moloch, but I am the creator of them all. My power supersedes everything. Ask yourself, how did you get in this position that you're in? Did Moloch put the stars in the sky? Did Moloch put the moon and the sun in the sky? Did Moloch tell it to rise and set every single day like clockwork? Moloch did not do it. The Most High did it. Give us a righteous indignation when it comes to that type of stuff. Give us an overwhelming feeling in our souls and our bellies when it comes to the things of the Most High Yah. Let no one tread upon it. Let no one speak negative about it. Let no one put their mouth on the Elohim, Most High, Yahuwah. Let us be able to take all the criticism that's coming our way. Let us be able to wear that title when they start to point the finger and say they are rebels, they are terrorists because they choose not to bow down to and worship me like I told everybody else to do. Let us be able to wear that proud and say, hey, I'd rather be on the side of the Most High than on the side of the devil. Greater is he that is in me than he who is in this world. Let our light shine bright, where others don't even know. When you come in the room, they have a certain way of talking, right? They would talk normally when you're not in the room, any kind of way. Their mouth is a certain kind of way. They don't care who or what. But when you enter into the room, it's like a whole different. So let them have a piece of what you have. Let them not be ashamed to come and ask you, why you call him Yahuwah? Why you call him Yahusha? Why? His name Jesus. Help us to be able to show them what we all are equipped to do. With no hesitation and with a smile. Harmless as a dove. Give us the ability to discern the right people to invite and the right people to shun away. We ask for prosperity as we continue to worship in your law, statutes, and commandments, not using you as a genie, but holding your word, holding you accountable to your word. You said, Abba Yah, if we do this, this, and this, there will be blessings. You said if we do the opposite, there will be a curse. And we clearly understand that you're not a liar because we are going through those curses. We ask for rain in due season. A harvest that is 30, 60, 70, 80-fold. That no seed will not produce. Every seed would produce. Every seed. Help us to be able to appreciate the little ones and what they can bring to the table. Help us to be able to appreciate our elders and stop telling them to sit down. I got this. When they have clearly stepped to the challenge and said, I got it. Don't snatch it. Help. We thank you, Abba Yah, for exposure in this time, good and bad. We thank you, Abba Yah, for doing what you do in this time. And help me not to be a son of perdition. Help us not to be a son or a daughter of perdition. Keep us on that right path, that straight and narrow path. Like me and Apostle Yeshua was saying, she says, when you say many are called, few are chosen, that means he's choosing his people from the called. He didn't say everybody was called. He said many was called. Few are chosen. So he's choosing his few from the called. Help us to be not only called, but chosen, Abba Yah. That will pick it up. Not be cemented down to where we stand. Not being battered down because somebody hurt our feelings. Help us to rise above feelings. We understand that your word said truth cuts, right? Help us to be not the one to fall off of that straight and narrow path because we were cut. Help it be like fire to our rear end. When we get cut, we move faster to get to where we're going faster. Help us to heal, properly heal. I'm talking spiritually, emotionally, physically. We got people dealing with mental illness and they ain't saying nothing. We got people dealing with a lot of mental stress and they're not saying nothing. Keeping their mouth closed. The word says if you mouth closed, you don't eat, right? Your closed mouths don't get fed, right? How can you be fed spiritual things if you won't open your mouth? We would get mad if we were singing and everybody looking at us crazy. Not opening their mouth, helping worship. We would get upset or rubbed the wrong way. I shouldn't say upset or mad. But we would definitely be somewhat offended. And this is what we're asking for, Abiyah. That our family can become stronger and not enemies. Help us to not become enemies. Help us to grow stronger, tighter than ever before. Help us to devise and strategize a plan before the enemy even comes. Give us foresight. Give us sight beyond sight. Let us see years to the future and give us that unction to prepare for it. Not just know something's going to happen and don't say nothing. Let us be able to say something. We thank you for everything you've done, even when we didn't deserve it. Abiyah. We didn't deserve it, but you poured it because you had a plan. You had sight beyond sight. You knew who we would be. We thank you for every step of the way you showing yourself, even when we was saying God. Perhaps we had to say God in order for you to say, come a little closer. Perhaps.
Thank you, Father, for your mercy.
But you were there. You were there, Abiyah. I'm a witness. You were there. The whole time. But you said, come up a little higher. Some of them playing. Some of them ain't real. Stop rubbing yourself. You say be not unequally yoked, but you are unequally yoked, and you don't even know it. We thank you, Abiyah, for giving us eyes to see and ears to hear. We keep saying that because this is, if they say how many, if you got 3 wishes, that is definitely 2 of mine. Eyes to see and ears to hear and discernment to make the right decision. Elevate your people even higher, Abiyah. We say go higher because we're trying to get to you, Abiyah. This is why we say elevate your people higher, not for materialistic gain or selfish reasons. It is to be closer to you. The closer we get to you, the more stuff burn off. The more stuff begin to melt away. Because we can't even stand in your sight the way we are. That's why we needed the blood. Thank you. Toda Rabbah for Yahushua HaMashiach's dam. His blood.
Thank you.
I pray that the assembly will go well. No disturbance. No technical difficulties. No bickering going back and forth. But your Ruach HaKodesh is raining down on us. Shabbat Shalom, Ms. Bakas. We need you to inspire your people. Inspire your people, Abiyah. Rain down your holy manna. We pray for the word that'll go forth. A special blessing over everyone that is in this dwelling place, this tabernacle. Help us to serve you the right way. Because we still have residues on the way we were raised up. But don't count that against us, Abiyah. Continue to wash your people. Continue to clean your people.
Mercy over us, Abiyah. Mercy over us, Abiyah.
Visit your people, Abiyah.
Mercy over us, Abiyah.
Help us with the inadequacies that we have. Every home has their own. Elevate your people. so we can serve you right, so we can do this mission the right way.
Yes.
You dare not send somebody out to fight a war famished, malnourished, untrained, unskilled. Equip your people for what is to come. Protect your people for what is to come. Make provisions for your people for what is to come.
Yes,
In your son Yahushua Hamashiach's name, we pray forever. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah. Toda Rebah for Yahushua Hamashiach's blood and his resurrection. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah. Can you turn off the recorder? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.